Hi, welcome to the broadcast. This is Mike Reed bringing you a video about Turbochef, the training for Turbochef, how to get it, where it's located, all that fun stuff. Without further ado, let's jump on into it. This will be a quick video. Covered this before. This is called Igniter Labs. On Igniter Labs, here you have a couple of different models of Turbochef, including my favorite, the high H conveyor. And this is when I know it's out there, but I don't see them that often, and that is the double batch rapid cook oven. I'm trying to get my hands on that. I think it's called Flame. It's a rapid cooking pizza oven. So here's an example of the training. Encore is one of the most popular models. At least it used to be. It used to be one of their most popular ones. Here you have full access to step-by-step introduction and training with the unit.
This is lesson 2, operation and programming. In this lesson,
they tell you how to gain access.
There are 3 keys that are used at the end of a normal cook cycle to enable additional cooking. Brown more will add time at 100% air, 0% micro. From the recipe edit screen, press the down key to move through the event setting.
So
a menu can be
around,
uploaded
do
from either a smart card or USB drive. However, the uploaded menu will replace the menu already in the oven's memory.
And doing these lessons, you have quizzes that they give you. Let's see here. There's sequence of operation.
If 208 volts is recognized, the controller sends a 24-volt DC signal to the K6 voltage relay and the contact switch. This connects L2 to the 208-volt primary connections on the filament transformers and one of the high-voltage transformers. The common terminal on the primary of the other high-voltage transformers will be connected directly. Again, the line side of the relays will be powered. We'll use a 208-volt oven as our example.
Now, again, you have training here with Igniter Labs, and then Learn a Trade. He also has lessons on his website, specifically going over Turbochef, and he has videos of working on Turbochef in the field.
Put the oven in test mode and turn the blower on. Listen for any noisy bearing or fan imbalance. If the blower seems unusually noisy, remove.
So this is the troubleshooting section for the Encore.
And inspect it visually. Remove any debris or buildup on the fan blades. If the bearings are noisy or if the fan doesn't turn freely, replace the blower motor assembly. To check the motor electrically, at the BMSC, remove the connection to the blower motor, marked J5. Click on the buttons to test the different points. With your multimeter set on the ohm scale, test between the red and black wire terminals in the plug. You should see between 2.0 and 2.6 ohms.
This used to be a fully interactive thing. You had to actually
With your multimeter set on the ohm scale, test between black and white. You should see between 2.0 and 2.6 ohms. With your multimeter set on the ohm scale, check between red and white. You should see between 2.0 and 2.6 ohms. With your multimeter set on the ohm scale, Check between green and each of the other wires, red, white, and black. Here you should see an open reading for each.
So as you can see, it is extensive. They cover every single issue with these ovens. And this is
The
just the
oven will
encore.
display an F2 fault code if the oven temperature falls 84 degrees Fahrenheit or 47 degrees Celsius below the set point temperature during a cook cycle. This is often a problem with the operators leaving the door open too long while loading and unloading food. However, you might see an F2 if the high limit thermostat has tripped and turned off the heating elements. Reset the high limit and see if the oven heats up. If the high limit isn't tripped, you'll need to check the heating elements.
I'm going to jump out of this one, and I'm going to go back to, well, before I leave that one, I'll show you the document center. So in here, you have all the manuals. There's the service manual with all the codes in it. You can download that one. They also have all the codes on the actual program if you don't want to download it. Go here, let's see here. You go right to troubleshooting and then fault codes F3, and it tells you what the F3 is. It tells you what the causes are. It also covers the parts numbers. Once again, like I said before, this is like having tech support in your pocket. So you got a couple of different ways of covering how you'd like to learn these ovens. So you can do the classroom style. You can actually go over the specific section that you're having an issue with while you're in the field using the classroom videos, or you could just go right into the tech support section. It tells you what the part numbers are, what they should read, what your sequence operation is. Everything is right here. Back out of that. Hold on 1 second. Go back to the library and let me show you. Turbochef is all the way down there. Now the I series. This is the one that you would you used to see these in Starbucks. Starbucks has recently replaced the I series with Mary Chef. But PJ's Coffee and all the other coffee shops, they're still using Turbochef. So once again, you have all the fault codes. Once again, if it's an F3, and it's gonna give you, all the same things as related to the parts on the I series. And there's the parts and the part numbers. And that's a good starting point, because even if they do update the part numbers, they can always go from the old and it subs on over to the new, most current part number. And then all the I1, the I3, and then the I5. The soda is in my market, is the little more popular one than like the I5. Got the converter, all those. That's what makes it ventless. Cooling fans, fuses. So if you do have a number of clients with Turbochefs, you now know what kind of fuses you're going to need to carry with you. I'll back up out of that one. And now this is one that a lot of I have quite a few customers that have. I'd like to say that it's a pizza oven, but what you have is potbelly sandwiches. They use this particular oven. Hold on one second. Let me go right into it. Here in Houston, we have a pizza chain, and they're using it. And then I have some sandwich shops. They use this particular oven. And this is the high H. They have the 18, they have the 22. All right, operation sequence. Oh, we'll go through sequence of operation.
Click to download the full 2020 schematic. Click to see a close-up view of the connectors on the I/O board. Then, click the next arrow to see how the components are connected.
And just so you know, this one does not have any magnetrons in it. This one is not a microwave. This oven competes with Lincoln. This competes with XLT. This competes with Extreme. The Wow oven. Middleby. Let's see. We go back to the reference. So yeah, this one is just an impingent conveyor oven. And I actually like this. Once again, you go over the fault codes, RTD failure, and it tells you what to look for and then what the recommended parts are. So you got somewhere to start from. High limit trip, why that is. Because you will have times where you're going to go there and it is just at the high limit. Thermostat has tripped. So yes, it can be that it's a damaged or defective high limit probe, but usually they've had some kind of a flare up in the oven. Cheese, maybe they have pepperoni, and then pepperoni oil like flares up. But it's usually something like, sometimes the paper going through, they'll put like when they're doing sandwiches and things like that, and they'll have wax paper. Sometimes the wax paper, through whatever reason, catches on fire, and then that will cause the high limit to trip. All right, so that is the high H conveyor. Close that. And once again, this is all on Igniter Labs. You can go ahead and contact them. They have a couple of different ways you can go with the services, or you can just go to Learn a Trade's website. He has a channel on YouTube, Learn a Trade. His name is Kevin Tate, and he has, let's see if I can find some of his. Let me go back. Let me finish up with the other one on Turbochef. Let me go with the double batch. You know what? I take it back. I have a chain of chicken restaurants, and they use the double batch rapid cook ovens for their biscuits. I don't know how that slipped my mind. So I have a customer with about 30 of these ovens. No. I take it back. It'd be 60 because they have 2 of these. All right, so this one, they stripped this down all the way down to just the pocket tech. Now, the issues I have found with some of these, and they're discontinued an older model of this because they had heat would affect the display. And so what they've done with the newer double batch rapid cook oven by Turbochef is they started putting the displays on the right out of the way of the heat for when you open the doors. Once again, you have all the troubleshoot. Cook temperature low, that's a common one. Let you know where everything is. This is all at your own pace. Okay, so that covers all of these units. See if this is his. Okay, so learn a trade. He should have his Turbochef classes in here. There it is. So, sorry about that. So, Learn to Trade has his Turbochef online class. It's $20. And he has a number of videos where he works on Turbochef ovens. Let's see here if I can get a nice link to this. I have a better link. This is just if you just go to Learn to Trade on YouTube, Kevin Tate, it'll take you right to it, and he has a link right there from his YouTube site. You will also see videos on his YouTube site. But there you have it. Training by Igniter Labs and training from Learn to Trade on Turbochef. Learn at your own pace. With that, I'll see you guys on the next one.